Maha Kumbh 2025, a major festival that has come after 12 years. This time we have seen that how multiple agencies have been preparing for this Granger event that has in fact started, and the first Snan is going to happen tomorrow, that is 13th January. We have 6 Shahi Snan starting from 14th January. But today I am standing here at OD Fort, the fort that is very close to Sangam and is controlled by Indian Army. And from here I am showing you these visuals where you can see different sort of preparations that are going on, these tents and the whole Kumbh area. This particular Kumbh Mela is something that everyone, in fact every Hindu and people from different religions were waiting for. And today I am showing you these exclusive visuals from the OD Fort. In fact, I am joined by General Officer Commanding Sub-Area Prayagraj, Major General Rajesh Bhatt, because when we say that Indian Army controls this fort, it means that Indian Army has an active participation in Maha Kumbh. The kind of efforts that the personnel have played, the control center or the kinds of projects that in fact were inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Major Bhatt will help us understand as to when we say Indian Army is actively participating in Maha Kumbh, sir, what we mean.
When we look at Indian Army's participation, the OD Fort, as you mentioned, is a military asset over here in the very close to the Sangam nose. In addition to that, the land which we see, much of this part is the defence land, and the development of the defence land for the Maha Kumbh, whether in terms of creation of infrastructure, the widening of the roads, the ease of access to be given, the parking areas, all of this we have been collaborating with the civil administration since more than 6 months, so that the experience that can be given to the pilgrims when we come for such a important event is very good. And towards that end, we have been supporting the Mela administration, the civil administration, the civil police for all aspects related to the beautification of the areas, the widening of roads, creation of infrastructure such as road and over and under bridges, beautification of places, parking zones and holding areas. Much of this is defence land, and the collaboration with the Mela administration has ensured that today we are fully ready to start the Maha Kumbh tomorrow.
So we have a number of places within the fort that have got historical significance and mythological significance. When we say Akshay Vat, so we know the stories behind it, the immortal tree, in fact that is very much linked to the creation of this world. And generally it is they say that it was planted by God Shiva, and in fact goddess Sati. Then we have Saraswati Coop. Then we have a number of projects, and in fact, if I'm not wrong, Indian Army carried out several sort of redevelopment work that was inaugurated by in fact Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If you can just brief us about those projects, sir.
That's absolutely correct. This was a proposition, an idea given by the Honorable Prime Minister during the Earth Kumbh in 2019, and we were able to commence this and initiate the entire project in 2023. The Prayagraj Smart City Limited and the Indian Army closely collaborated in the planning of this entire project, and the Military Engineering Service of the Indian Army was responsible for the execution of the project. And there were 4 major aspects to this project, that is the development of the Akshay Vat corridor itself, the creation of the Vatika, the Akshay Vatika, then the complete renovation and redevelopment of the underground temple, the Patalpuri temple, which was a major challenge for us, and then thereafter the improvement, upgradation and redevelopment of the Saraswati Coop. This entire project we were finally able to complete in time for the inauguration by the Honorable Prime Minister on 13th of December. And the amount of pilgrims, the number of pilgrims that are now visiting, yesterday's figure was crossing 50,000. That is the number of pilgrims coming on a daily basis. It really conveys a sense of satisfaction for us all who have been involved with this project to seeing the kind of response from the pilgrim side.
So I'm sure hundreds of people are coming on a daily basis. In fact, thousands of people are coming because they say that your Kumbh Yatra is incomplete without visiting these places.
That's absolutely correct. The Kumbh Yatra is incomplete after the Snan, visit to the Lete Hanuman Mandir and to the Akshavat tree and seeking the blessings is a very, very integral part of the experience of Kumbh indeed.
Sir, I know you are running late and you have your schedule. In fact, I will ask you the last question. If you can tell us about the kind of deployment that Indian Army has at this point in time. You mentioned that you are working with state agencies, and state agencies are somewhere responsible for the law and order situation. But then when we say that the entire OD fort is with Indian Army and you are actively participating in the Kumbh, any sort of deployment that you have?
That's absolutely correct. In addition to all the support we have given for infrastructure creation, we are also standby for providing any kind of support the civil administration would look towards us for disaster relief as well as for in case of internal security situation. For that, we have got all the forces that the Indian Armed Forces can make available. That is, we have the Indian Air Force 2 helicopters that are standby. From the Navy side, we have the naval divers here who are there for rescue missions. In addition to that, we have combat divers who will take care of any waterborne threat that might come in. And we have got bomb disposal teams. We have got dog squads here. Our medical fraternity is providing great help. We have created adequate reserve capacities in case of any eventuality, and we have all of this. We are working in very, very close coordination with the civil administration, with the disaster management agencies as well as the state police to ensure that the entire Maha Kumbh is conducted in a safe and a secure environment.
All right, thank you so much for your time. This is for our viewers. The point where I'm standing is also a president view. This is for the very first time on any news channel that you are seeing visuals of Kumbh area with such an angle. VJ Ravinder is showing you these visuals. In fact, the visibility is low because of the kind of weather we have. But then this is a 180-degree view of the entire Kumbh Mela from this particular place. That is the President's view. When we talk about Indian Army, so Indian Army is actively participating in Maha Kumbh 2025, the festival that has come after 12 years. And we have 4 different projects where common people are in fact coming. These projects were in fact taken up by Indian Army, and we know that how Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the redeveloped projects. In fact, these projects include several sort of historical and mythological projects that the officer just mentioned. As of now, once again, if I can ask my camera person to pan the camera, this is that view that you will get nowhere but here on CNN News 18. And this is Maha Kumbh 2025.